Hello everyone. Today is the day 7 of English speaking practice. So today I am going to talk about different type of data types which are user defined, and these are structures, unions, and enums. So let's get started. So if we talk about what are structure, then we can say that structure is a user defined data type which is used to store items, or we can say data of different types into a single type. And the definition of union is also the same. It is also a user defined data type which can store different type of data types into a single type. But then we then you may ask, or one can ask, that what is the difference, what make structure differ from unions, or how, if they have same definition, then how they are different. So in actual, the structures, the memory addresses of structure elements are not same, means they are stored in different memory locations, but the memory address of union elements are same. So that's the basic difference between structure and unions. So we can say that basically change in value change in one value may lead to change value of another variable in case of unions, because they have same addresses. So if we talk about enums, then enums or enumerations, we can say, is a user defined data type which is used to give names to integer constants. So basically, why the names are given? Because we can because it is not easy to like remember, or like retain data, integer data, like we say 5 7 3 6 4. Like I have spoken five integers, so what these are: 5 7 6 3 4 what. So basically we can name these integers a specific const variable name we can assign to them, so that we have a meaning of that. It may become easy for us to retain that. Like if we say that we name these integers as fruits, so 4 bananas, 6 mangoes, 3 apples, 5 oranges, 2 strawberry, or something like that. So basically enums are for these purpose only. And one thing about enum is that when we declare in enum, uh, the the original value which are assigned to them are in increasing order. Like the first integer constant variable will have zero value, and second will have one, and so on. So basically these are for these used. So let us talk about functions. So what are functions, and what are pointers, and functions to passing passing pointer to function, passing normal variable to function. So let's talk about this. So what is function? So function is basically a block of code which may be defined by user or may be predefined, that is used to perform a specific task. So what is the like importance of function? So it can do our task easy. Like don't have to write the repetitive code again and again. It increases, so we can say also that it also increases the readability and reusability of the code. It uh, it make the code it make the error to detect easily, as if we have made an error in a function, we can detect it easily, and like debugging will be easy. So basically that, to prevent writing over to prevent writing large block of code over and over again, we use functions. So that's the definition of function. And they may be predefined and user defined, and they are defined according to use need of the user. Like if there are not some predefined functions, then user can create it according to his own need, or like we have to print a table. We have to create a table of an integer from 1 to 10, not integer from 1 to 10, but multiplication by 1 to 10, by multiplying it by 1, 2 and 3, and so up to so on, and up to 10, sorry. So we can do this by for loop, like we can start a iterator from 1 and to 10, I less than 10, I plus plus. So we can basically multiply iterator by the integer and output the result. But we can also create a function for this, like normally we can create a function, separate function, like if we want to multiply a if we want to find a table of multiple numbers, so we don't have to write that the same code again and again, so we use functions for this. So let us talk about passing variables. So we pass values to functions, and these are done in two different ways. So let us talk about firstly three aspects of function call that are important. Like we declare function, we define function, and we call function. So these are basically declaration is nothing but like we globally declare that we are giving this name as an ident identity, which which as a function, like so which will be doing a specific task which we define in definition. And call is nothing, we call every function in main by passing variables to it, and basically we call the function to perform, to get our task performed, and that's all. So let us talk about passing variables values to functions. So there is done by call by value and call by reference. So what is call by value and call by reference? So call by value is basically passing the value of actual parameter into formal parameter. So what are, so you might be bothering that what are these actual and formal parameters. So actual parameter are the values which we declare in our main function, and formal parameter are just basic formal for, not they are specific for any denotion or like particular showing, but they are only declared in function, so they are formal, like they have particularly no use. But in main function the values which we use are actual parameters. So in case of call by value, we pass the copy of actual parameter into formal parameter, and the task which is performed by function get performed on these value, on the values. But and but the values are not changed, like if we swap or like something, or do this something like something like that, so values are not swapped, not swapped, not changed. There can be any other task except swapping. So in case of call by reference, we pass the address of actual parameter using pointers. So what are pointer? Pointer is a variable which is used to store the memory address of another variable. So these are pointers. So these are used to directly access the memory when we don't want to use the variable, or like we can fastly access the memory, we can use pointers for that. Mm, for passing values, for passing address of values, we can use call by reference, and in this case address of actual parameter is passed into formal parameter. So actual, so the changes which take place are taken place at actual address of parameters, so these are being reflected into the value of actual parameters. So when we use a function, or when we do something, a task like we swap the variable, so these changes are being reflected into the value of actual parameter, because the changes are being done by reference, not by value. Because in case of value only a copy is generated, but in case of reference address is passed and actual changes take place at the address only. So that's all for today. Thank you and bye bye.